Hello everyone, welcome to the another session of digital signal processing. We have been discussing about multi-rate digital signal processing, in which we had seen that how we implement a decimator and interpolator. Today we are going to discuss multi-stage decimators and interpolator. So what does this multi-stage means? Multi-stage is basically when we are designing these interpolator and decimator, or the filters corresponding to a decimator, which is called as anti-aliasing filter, and the filter corresponding to interpolation, which is called as anti-imaging filter. So rather than designing all these structures into one go, I would be designing these structure as a cascade system. So having these kind of cascade system means I would be designing them differently in different stages, and then would cascade those stages to obtain the overall transfer function. So if I need this sampling rate alteration as this cascade system, there are certain advantages. One of the biggest advantages is that I'm going to save a lot of computational complexity that would be there with the single stage of decimators. We'll be comparing a single stage decimator or interpolator with multi-stage, and we'll see that to what level this computation is going to be decreased. So this computational efficiency is going to be increased, it is going to be improved by a significant level. And other reason for implementing the structure in the form of a cascade or in the form of different stages is that first is overall filter length is reduced. Filter length is n, number of stages of, say if I am implementing this filter with RC component, number of the stages of these RC that I am going to use would be reduced. Secondly, I would also see reduction in the multiplication rate, and when there would be reduction in multiplication rate, so overall computation load would be decreased. Thirdly, the storage space which is required for these kind of multiple stages calculation would be less as compared to when I'm designing this system in a single stage. And filter design problem would become a bit simpler, and whatever finite word length problem we encounter, that is also reduced. So if we need to work with a bigger number, of course I'm going to feel this finite word length effect because I have limited size of registers of microprocessor or DSP processor that I'm going to implement. So when I'm talking about multiple stages, a reduced number would be used, so this problem would also be eradicated to certain extent. But there is also a demerit of this system, that I need to properly control the structure. Also, whenever I'm choosing the value of say L or M in the case of decimator, I would have to take the precautions, because many a time when I'm creating a cascade structure for reducing the complexity, and I'm not able to take a wise decision that what factors of L and M should be made, how small the factors should be, sometimes it has a reverse effect. If I'm not wisely selecting these two values, then it may increase the computation load as well. So a certain kind of bargaining would go. We would have to choose from certain options that how many stages would be apt or optimum to get all the advantages of designing the system in the form of cascade realization. So let us see how this cascading is done. If we do the cascading for decimator, the same would go for the interpolator as well. So in practical application, most sampling rate conversions are as L by M that we have already seen in the last discussion in the name of resampling, when both the processes decimation and interpolation, they go into the parallel as in the form of a cascade structure. So this is how we have discussed the resampling. First I perform interpolation, then I perform decimator, and this intermediate filter would work as anti-aliasing filter for this decimator and anti-imaging filter for this interpolator. Now if I need to apply this cascading concept to this M, or if I want to apply this concept to the interpolator L, how it would be done? Considering a system for decimating a signal by integer factor M, let the input signal sampling frequency is F naught, and then it is decimating, and I'm getting a frequency F naught by M. So this M has to be factorized. If this m is, say, the value is 100, I can create its factor in numerous of the ways. Say I have 10 into 10 as one factor. So I would design one system taking m is equal to 10 and another system taking m is equal to 10. Or this can also be repeated as 25 into 4. So one system would be designed taking m as 25 and second system can be designed as taking m 4. And then both the two systems can be attached in series or cascaded together to get the effect of m is equal to 10. So how this is done? This is my single stage decimator. And now I am creating this decimator in multiple stages depending upon how many factors I am able to create for this m. So for every m, I am designing this separate system. For m2, a separate system, and all the systems are cascaded together. And what I can do here, I can have one anti-aliasing filter and m can be cascaded together, or I can have individual filters for every stage of m1, m2, m3 till mi, as many number of m I am able to create. The same scenario goes for the interpolator also. I have to factorize this value L, which is the multiplication of different factors of L. This is my single stage interpolator we have discussed so far. And then I have factorized all the L, and this is my anti-imaging filter. So this anti-imaging filter should be designed for every factor of L. For L1, I have a separate anti-imaging filter. For L2, I have a different anti-imaging filter. So task of designing the multi-rate processor would be repeated multiple times for different values of L or for different values of M. So actually we have to design different filters depending upon the requirement. So we'll see this entire process with the help of a numerical, that how to implement a single stage decimator or interpolator or multi-stage decimator or interpolator. Here we have been asked that we have to design a two-stage decimator. So cascaded system would be done into two stages in series. The specifications are: the sampling frequency or sampling rate of the input signal is given to be 20 kilohertz. The m by which I need to decimate my signal is 100. That means from this 20k sampling frequency, I have to choose every 100th sample, and all of the sample from 0 to 99, they have to be discarded. The pass band range is given 0 to 40. The transition band is given 40 to 50. So the filter which is required for the decimator, which is nothing but an anti-aliasing filter, its specifications are given. So if it is a low pass filter, how can I design it? Like this. The pass band edge is defined, the stop band edge is defined. So 0 to 40 is going to be the pass band edge. The transition band is from 40 to 50. So stop band edge is at 50 Hz. Then I have been specified the ripples in the pass band, which is 0.01, and certain ripples in the stop band, which is 0.002. Using these specifications, I have to design a two-stage decimator. Basically, I need to calculate order of the filter for this m is equal to 100 when I am performing this process into two stages. So first, to compare the efficiency of this multi-stages, let me calculate the value of n for single stage. Single stage means when I am doing this m is equal to 100 in one go. So having all these values, the pass band edge frequency 40, stop band edge frequency 50, the given values of the ripples, total frequency, the bandwidth at the input of the system 20k, and m being 100. The value of n can be calculated using equi-ripple linear phase FIR filter. The formula is minus 20 log root of delta p delta s minus 13 divided by 14.6 delta f. So in this formula, I know delta p I know delta S, that is 0.01 and 0.002. What is unknown here is delta F. Delta F is that frequency, the nominal or normalized frequency of this particular transition band, that is stop band edge frequency minus pass band edge frequency divided by total bandwidth. So here the stop band frequency is given to be 50 Hz, pass band frequency is my 40 Hz, and the total width of the frequency which is being inputted here is my 20 kilohertz. So simply this delta F can be calculated as 50 minus 40 divided by 20,000. So I would get this delta. So putting all this value here, I can calculate the order of the filter, which comes out here approximately to 4,656. So if I'm designing this decimator as a single stage, so how many stages of this low pass filter would be required? That would be around 4,600. Now this same system would be designed into 2 stages, and we would see that there is drastic reduction in the value of n, the order of the filter. So for 100 we can have different factors. If it is 100, I told you it can be 10 into 10, the system can be designed. It can be like here it has been chosen as 50 into 2. We can choose 25 into 4. But as per our discussion, that there would be certain values of the factor for which we can have a reverse effect. The advantages would have converted into disadvantages. So we would have to see in software first that which combination of these factor is giving me the maximum advantage, and then after testing all this combination and all other possible combination as well, I would implement the structure in the hardware. So here solving in 2 stages and using the factor that is 50 and 2. So this is my first stage of cascading, and this is going to be my second stage where I'm going to calculate the order of the filter for this stage and order of the filter for this section. So let me see, the input frequency is 20,000. I have to decimate it by 50. So 20,000 decimated by 50, the band which left with me is 400 Hz. This 400 Hz become input to the second stage. It would be decimated by 2, and final output which I am receiving, that means the decimated signal, the frequency of decimated signal would be 200 Hz. So one filter has to be designed H1Z, H1N, which has this characteristic. The passband frequency is 40, the stopband frequency is 350, and from this 40 to 350 is my transition band. Similarly, I'm going to design this low pass filter too, in which input frequency is 400 Hz, passband is again at 40, and stopband is starting at 100 Hz. So for these 2 stages, let us calculate the order n. So what I have to do, I have to calculate, I know delta P, I know delta S, and what I need is delta F. One thing I have to see, whenever I talk about ripples, the ripples have to be equally distributed between 2 stages. So ripple factor which I am going to use is delta P by 2. The ripple factor have to remain minimum. This would be same for both these stages, and delta F would be calculated as Fs1 minus the passband frequency and the total frequency which is inputted. Now this is the new stop band frequency, which is nothing but I have to see input frequency is 20,000, which would be put over here. Passband frequency would remain same, that is 40 Hz. But because the maximum output which I am receiving here is 400 Hz, and I see the stop band is at a frequency which is 50 Hz. So the maximum output is 400 Hz. For this 400, I would subtract 50, where my stop band is starting. So this frequency FS1 is 350. So this delta F would come as 350 minus the passband, which is here as 40, and input frequency is 20,000. So putting all these values into the given formula, I can calculate the value of N for one stage. For second stage, the input frequency is this, 400. This 400 would be decimated by 2, I'll get 200. Passband frequency is 40. But what about this edge frequency? Stopband edge starts as 50. So it would be 200 minus 50, that is 150. So it should come here as 150. And in between we have the transition band. So delta F would be FS2 minus FP and the total input frequency. Now for this structure, input frequency is 400. So FS2 I have calculated, it is 150. Passband is at 40 and total input frequency here is 400, giving me delta F2, and for here I can calculate N2, and final N would be the summation of two individual N's that we have created. So following these rules, let us compare the efficiency of multi-stage for these given specification. Here an audio band signal with the nominal bandwidth of 4 kHz is given. It is sampled at the rate of 8 kHz. So from here I can conclude that total frequency inputted of the signal for one cycle is 8 kHz. Suppose we want to isolate the frequency components below 80 Hz. So we have a passband frequency 0 to 75, the transition band from 75 to 80. That means the passband edge is 75 and the stopband edge would be at 80. And in between we would be having the transition band. Along with this, I would require the ripple values as well. The passband ripple is given to be 10 raised to the power minus 2 and the stopband ripples are given to be 10 raised to the power minus 4. First, we'll be calculating using all the given values the order of the filter for a single stage decimator. So I'll directly put into this formula. This delta F would be calculated as stopband frequency minus passband frequency and total frequency. So stopband frequency is my 80, passband is 75 and total frequency which I am inputting here is 8000. So substituting it here, substituting the value of delta P and delta S, I get the order of the filter which is approximately 5152. This is for single stage. Single stage decimator which wants to decimate a given frequency by the factor of 50. Now let us design this particular filter in two stages. So two stages can be, 50 can be factorized as 25 into 2. This is one stage. And second stage would be decimating it by 2. The given frequency is 8 kHz. It would be decimated by 25, giving me one new frequency. That would be decimated by 2, giving me another frequency. So let us see how we are doing this. For the first stage, where I am using my D1 as 25. So if the input frequency here is 8 kHz and I am decimating it by 250, the frequency I am getting here is 320 Hz. This would become input for the second stage. It has to be decimated by 2. So this frequency is going to be 160 Hertz. So that is the 3 stages. For first stage, this is the input frequency. For the second stage, this is the input frequency. And after decimating 8 kilohertz by 50, once these 2 stages have been implemented, output frequency would be 160 Hertz. So let us calculate the order. For first stage, the passband is 0 to 75 as it was desired. Here the frequency is 320. So that edge frequency 320 have to be subtracted with 80, giving me 240. Why? Because stop band here is given to be here as 80 Hertz. The stop band edge frequency starting at 80 Hertz. So 320 minus 80, this is a point of 240. So I need to calculate delta F. So delta F is 320 minus 75 and total input frequency is 8 kilohertz. So this would be delta F. For passband ripple, I know it has to be divided by 2 for first stage, also for the second stage, and stop band ripple would remain same. Substituting these values into this formula, I can calculate the order for the first stage, which come approximately 167. The same process would be repeated for the second stage. How the filter appears? The passband is of course from 0 to 75. What about stop band? In the diagram I see 320 is the input frequency and 160 is the output frequency. So 160 minus 80, where the stop band is beginning, it is 80. So this is my stop band edge, this is my pass band edge. So this delta F is calculated as 80 minus 75 and what is the input frequency for the second stage? This is 320 divided by 320. So this is my delta F, pass band ripple by 2, stop band same value. Substituting the value into this given formula, what do I obtain? For second stage, M is 220. So if I want to calculate the overall value of order, it would be summation of orders of the filter into 2 stages. So what do I see here? In the first stage, the order was 167. In the second stage, it is 220. So in this case, I would see that overall value, which was initially around 5000, is now has been reduced to approximately saying as 387, less than 400. So this is the advantage that we were talking about, that for creating a decimator, M is equal to 50. If I design this as a single stage, how many order would I require? 5000 approximate stages would be required. The same system, when it is divided into 2 stages, M1 and M2, specifically for a factorization of 25 and 2, what do I see? I see a drastic decrease in the number of the stages, which is approximately 400. So what is the reduction? From 5000 stages, I have approximately reduced to 400 stages. So that was the biggest advantage, that I am reducing the computational load of a system if I am capable of designing this multi-rate system, decimator or interpolator, into different stages. Similarly, because these factors have a lesser value, 25 and 2, other advantages which were like finite word length, disadvantages of quantization, losing the information because of the limited size of register, that would also be removed from the system. So overall, I can say that designing a system in multi-stages would give me all the referred advantages, and I should always prefer to design a system in a cascade system, but I have to test all the combination of these factors, so as the entire struggle which I am going to design should not reversify my effect and all the advantages get converted into disadvantages. This is all for this session. Thank you.